What's up, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and I'm solo this week, so look out next week for Shannon Tynes and Chris Apcon to return to the show. Just scheduling conflict, so I'm rocking this week all by myself, so definitely continue to tune in. Monday and Tuesday were our topics. Wednesday, which will be this episode, will be a discussion. Thursdays, Ask Us SP, so that one will be with Alan Wesley this week. And then Fridays, everything else. Movies, books, games, all that good stuff. So definitely continue to tune in. If you have not already, please go back and watch my last episode of Ask Us SP, where I sat down with Matthew Hill. He is the CEO as well as an author, but he's the CEO of We Gonna Learn Today. So definitely check out that website. It's the biggest website for Black history. He also has activities. He did all the coding and building himself. Awesome. Ask Us SP. Check that one out. So again, this week is a little bit different. So it's a little bit more compact, a little bit more concise because I'm by myself. And I'm trying to add all the new tech out, right? So I got the ring light hanging up in the background. I don't know if you can see me gleaming over here, as well as I have the teleprompter through the software. And I took a summary of my show notes and the article and ran it through ChatGPT for the key takeaways. So I'm using all the tech and experimenting while my co-hosts are out this week. So with that being said, all right. So this article comes from USA Today. It is entitled Thieves Using Cellular Wi-Fi Jammers to Enter Homes for Robbery. So we're talking about spy kids type stuff. Like these people are using technology to, I guess, perfect the B&E, the breaking and entering, right? The world's crazy. So key takeaways. So they're using sophisticated robbery tactics. So criminal gangs are using cellular and Wi-Fi jammers to disable security systems in phones and targeted homes, enabling them to carry out their robberies with ease. They conduct thorough reconnaissance of properties, looking for vulnerabilities and signs of occupants. So reconnaissance, they're just making sure that they have ease of access and they know what they need to do to get in, Ocean's 11 style. Case in point, the author recounts a personal experience where her home was potentially targeted by a South African gang. Prompt police intervention prevented the robbery. However, nearby homes fell victim to the gang's tactics, resulting in significant losses. So their modus operandi. So criminals scout neighborhoods, study real estate sites for property layouts, and assess potential security measures like dogs. They use jammers to disrupt security cameras and communication systems, making it easier to break in unnoticed. So if you're on a ADT or something like that, a lot of those do have cellular to send out messages. So security measures. The article suggests several tech-based solutions to enhance home security, including hardwired cameras, motion-activated lights, femto cells for maintaining cellular connection, and smart devices like Amazon Echo for simulating occupancy. So that's funny. I'll bring up a point when I get done reading. Protecting privacy. Homeowners are advised to remove property photos from real estate websites and blur their homes on mapping services like Google Maps and Apple Maps to prevent criminals from gathering information about their residents. So, two things. Thing number one, when I was a kid, where I lived at wasn't particularly the best of areas in my early childhood years, and we would leave the radio on. So we leave the radio on and leave our home to simulate voices. So to make people believe somebody's home so nobody would want to break into our house. So it's funny how everything, there's nothing new under the sun, right? Everything old is new again. So now they're saying, hey, use your smart devices to simulate chatter so people are more or less likely to break into your home. But thing number two, I never thought about blurring out my home on mapping services. So that is a tool of reconnaissance. Someone could use that to scope out your neighborhood, figure out you have a fence type situation. What does it normally look like when there's cars parked at your home? They can use Google Sidewalk to kind of map things out. So it's kind of crazy that such a thing exists. That is so beneficial. Like when you're looking to buy a new home or rent an apartment, like that is your go-to. But apparently that's also your go-to if you're a criminal that likes breaking the houses. So think about it. You may want to blur out your property. So actionable steps. The author provides step-by-step instructions for removing property photos from real estate websites such as Zillow, Realtor, and Redfin, emphasizing the importance of safeguarding personal privacy securities. Overall, the article highlights the evolving tactics of criminal gangs and the need for homeowners to invest in robust security measures to protect their property and privacy. So, pretty short and sweet. There are a lot of steps in concealing your property, and all that stuff is going to be in the article. So I'll make sure I put that in the description. It's sad that we live in this type of world where such measures have to be taken. But even if you're trying to sell your home, you have to think you take a bajillion photos, right? You'll hire somebody to take a drone shot from above. You do all these things to better market your property. You show it with your furniture and your TVs, your electronics within it, just to kind of show like this could be your setup. This could be your new home, but you don't know who's actually looking at that information, and how they may use it for nefarious activities. So pretty scary stuff. Definitely consider taking some of these actions, especially if you're really into privacy and you may not live in the best of areas. But yeah, go figure. I never thought about it. I never thought having to mask my property would be a thing. However, now the more I think about it, makes sense, right? We live in a world where all the tools of technology that we use to make our life more comfortable also makes it comfortable for those who don't necessarily want to follow the rules. So with that being said, definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. So if you have not already, please go back and listen to Monday and Tuesday's episodes of some more of my topics. Today was the discussion, and then Thursdays I'll be accompanied by Alan Wesley. We have some really good conversations. We talk about the upcoming LinkedIn audio panel that I am going to be a part of, where we're talking about how AI has transformed, and right, just talking about the leap from last year to this year. As well as we have a really good discussion about quantum computing. And then we answer a question provided by the audience. So I actually was able to utilize the whole reason for the podcast, Ask Assist P, was for people to ask me questions. And it's been about a year or more where I've not received a question per se that I could read on the show and break down. So you don't just get one Sis P, you get two in this episode. And then Friday, everything else, movies, books, games, all that good stuff. Just to give you behind the scenes, I'm only playing two things, Helldivers 2 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Those have consumed my life. And then I'm watching Shogun. So definitely tune in for that conversation. Again, it's going to be pretty short episodes this week, but hit us up by all the websites that go by our name. Give me a person. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. You can find me on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Threads, and TikTok. Or not TikTok, I'm sorry. Instagram. But there should be a company TikTok coming up. I just have to figure out how to best secure it. And then you can hit up Chris Abacon. He is on LinkedIn. You can hit him up at Chris A. Bacon. Stay safe. Stay secure.